very presence of God, so that you don't corrupt other beings. So you must be isolated and quarantined. Your kind is another species designed for eternal damnation. Because in this court is only loyalty and allegiance that we understand. And immediately Isaiah realized that in the court of holiness, everything impure is about to die. And so before the seraphims advance to now strike Isaiah, he has to confess his sin first. Because he now suddenly realized that the judgment of God that came through the seraphims actually was terrible. And he has to beckon. Suddenly, he cried. When he began to pray and begin to ask God for help, woe unto me! I'm a man. But I thought you were a major prophet, Isaiah. He now realized that he was a prophet suddenly. He was a liar, although he had the title of a prophet. He had been prophesying from chapter 1. When we enter chapter 6, when judgment came upon the king, he visited his corridor. He may be a minister, but you know deep within you that if the God you are praying for holiness come, if the God that is all powerful, the God that is all righteous, all holy, when he come and appear before you, you are doomed. Because God can't behold this kind. You can't dine with him. Because when he appears, the glory of God and his holiness will kill you by default. See, even if you escape and enter heaven, just try to escape and enter by the back door. By default, the atmosphere there will push you out. Because holiness, the glory of God, you cannot contain this thing when you are laden with so much infirmity. It's a lie. That's why it's meant for only overcomers. So even if you appear there, by default, you'll be rejected. God put that system in place to checkmate that peradventure, if infirmity, iniquity is found in men, they push them out of the outer court, out of the inner court, out of the holies of holies, and they cast them away. So it's not as though you cannot survive, but you can't survive in the holies of holies. Isaiah was surviving, but when he entered where it matters, as the king advanced and entered where he was not supposed to enter, that was where only them went there once in a year. The king wake up one day and say, "Me, I want to go today. Are you okay?" In fact, before they go, they concentrate themselves and they tie hope. Peradventure you enter, you die. Nobody will go in, they will pull you. He made those guys break the law of God. All of them ran inside trying to hold him. So they left him when he was approaching the holy. They left the wrong man. At that very place, Isaiah now saw a glory that cannot behold iniquity. And he realized that, I'm about to die from what I saw. My eyes have seen the Lord of hosts. What have you been seeing before? How did he become a prophet without seeing the Lord? And I wonder why Aaron did not know God. God have never appeared to Aaron. Study scripture and see. The only time God appeared was when you want to kill him. Everything Aaron did, plus the clothes he wearing, it was what Moses told him. And how comes a lineage of priesthood is in line with him? So in the day the Lord appeared, they now realize that my dwelling place is iniquity, and everybody around me are the same. Father, show us mercy. So the seraphims, the same glory that can make alive can kill, but the same glory that can kill can make alive. As he beckon, they begin to take coals to begin to purge and purify him, and now he can be able to stand. From that very moment, he began to speak deeper matters. That was when he began to speak to kings, to nations, and begin to speak about the coming of the Messiah. When you read the book of 1 Samuel 7, 1 Samuel 7. Because of time, I'm trying to look out for the one we can pick. Let's start from 10. 10. And as Samuel was offering up the burnt offering, the Philistines drew near to battle against Israel. But the Lord thundered with a great thunder on that day upon the Philistines, and discomfited them, and they were smitten before the Israelites. 11. And the men of Israel went out of Mizpeh and pursued the Philistines and smote them until they came under Bekar. Then Samuel took a stone and set it between Mizpeh and Shen, and called the name of it Ebenezer, saying, hitherto the Lord has helped us. So the Philistines were subdued, and they came no more in the coast of Israel. And the hand of the Lord was against the Philistines all the days of Samuel. And the cities which the Philistines had taken from Israel were restored to Israel, from Ekron even to Gad, and the coast thereof did the Israel deliver out of the hand of the Philistines. And there was peace between Israel and the Amorites. I think there's the last verse. And Samuel judged Israel all the days of his life. And he went from year to year in cycle to Bethel, to Gilgal, to Mizpeh, and he judged in Israel in all of those places. See, God is going to raise judges again. But if you observe the training of Samuel, Samuel was one of the most accurate priests that God has ever had. When you study the life of Samuel, you hardly see disobedience. Hardly. And that was why Samuel was one of the only person that was a judge, a priest, a king, a prophet. He was just so many things, and God permitted him that privilege. Every other person will dabble small and come back here, dabble small and come back here, but this one remained. Out of the stone of help, God bring out judges. So in the days God wanted to war, Samuel understood that, and he knew the sacrifice to offer. If there was anything about Samuel, is that Samuel was one that can hear God, and Samuel knew the exact sacrifice to offer. The only time Samuel wanted to make mistake, I think sometime, was when he wanted to ordain king, that he looked upon Absalom and said, this guy is too beautiful, this guy deserves to be king, they can't refute him. And God said, young man, you're about to die, my son. There's another guy, he's not. When was the last time we had ordination service? We want to pour oil on somebody, we say the Lord said we should not pour, because there is someone else. Because so long as we can give 200,000, they will give you bishop. You see, you don't understand what I'm talking about. If you want what is genuine and accurate, my sermon won't be sweet. Because your ambition now, you feel the day you wear something, you become relevant. Forget it. We are not relevant. Even if you take away the name, I have been to meeting where they pour Brother Philip. There was a church I wanted to go, they say it's not brother, they won't do. When I was done there, even the host, the elders came and said, you are not a brother. I said, I know. One Catholic party just invited me. I don't know why. They said they used to say. And I went there. They say, no. See,